with, now don't do that wickedness. Why doesn't he do it that way? That's probably the way I would have done it. And he doesn't do it that way. The answer, I think, is because he has something incredibly profound to teach about the way, may I say, the Christian life is lived. He draws attention to the fact that we are like trees bearing fruit, not laborers picking fruit. To use Paul's language, the fruit is the fruit of the Spirit, not the works of the law. Where he goes in verse 3, let's read it. He is like, who is he talking about? The one who meditates on the law of the Lord day and night and finds his delight in the truth of God and man and life revealed through the instruction of God. He is like a tree planted by streams of water that yields its fruit in season. In its season, its leaf does not wither. In all that he does, he prospers. It is absolutely essential that we understand that the Christian life is fruit-bearing, not fruit-picking. We're not laborers. We're trees. We have roots down by rivers. Our life is coming from a river. It's coming from streams. It's coming up and fruit is happening. As we live by the river, it's just the way to fight. You don't fight legalistically. You don't make your list and say, okay, wicked, no. Sin, no. Scoffer, no. Keep the list. It's in my pocket. I get it out when I'm tempted. That's not the way it works. Verse 3 says, the way it works is when you go to the Word and you see God spread out there before you in all His ways and works and faithfulness, it's like sending your roots down into a stream and life comes up. And you're shaped in your thinking and your feeling, and fruit comes out. And if it's not coming out, you don't pluck yourself up and start walking around going to the fruit store. You just say, what's wrong? There's a river down there. This is not mechanical and it's not automatic. The way roots and water in this stream work is not automatic. The connection between my root system and God's stream of life-giving truth in the Psalms is meditation. Learning how to do this, learning how to linger over Psalm 23. Almost everybody knows Psalm 23. To linger over this, pray over this, immerse yourself in this, wrap this thing around your head. Don't let go of it like Jacob and the angel until it blesses you, changes you, affects you in the morning. Don't just, okay, I read my Bible. What's that? The devil knows the Bible by heart. He used it on Jesus. It's lingering there, loving this, pleading with the Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. Unite my heart to fear your name. Incline my heart to your testimony. Shape me, make me, delight me, satisfy me. I won't let you go until I'm changed. Here, open my eyes, oh God. That's connecting with the water. That's where the battle is fought. I must have an alternative set of delights, or I will be a chaff leaf in the wind of the wicked, just blowing wherever they want me to go. This little thing on the internet will capture me, and this little thing on television will capture me, and this little thing. in the bank will capture me, and I'll just... The battle is at the level of our emotions. The root system must touch the life-giving, joy-giving water. Let me close like this. What about Jesus? I'm a Christian pastor. I'm not a Jewish pastor. I am a true Jew. I am a child of Abraham, an heir of the promises made to Israel, but I am a Christian. Every sermon I preach should be a Christian sermon. If a Jewish person, a Muslim person, or a Hindu person likes my sermon, I did something wrong. Christ is to be exalted in this church all the time and not ambiguously. So the question I must ask, if I take this whole Old Testament and undertake to preach a series from it, is, can I do this with legitimacy as a Christian? I saw three ways that this psalm takes us to Jesus. I'm only going to give you one because the time is short. Number one, and only. The word righteousness in verse 6. The righteous. For the Lord knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked will perish. Only the righteous survive the judgment. The wicked don't. That's what it says. Only the righteous survive in the judgment. The wicked don't. Who is righteous? If I were a person reading this 3,000 years ago, I think I would be asking, that me? How righteous do you have to be? I'd kind of be shaken. The righteous will stand in the judgment, not the wicked. To make matters worse, Psalm 14 says, they have all turned aside. Together they have become corrupt. There is none who does good, not even one. Paul quotes that in Romans 3. Psalm 130, verse 3 says, if you, O Lord, should mark iniquities, O Lord, who could stand? And I've got lots of them. You're going to mark them? It says, if you mark them, I'm gone. You're going to mark them? Or you close your eyes, you sweep them under the rug. What's my hope? Or Psalm 32, verse 2, blessed is the man against whom the Lord counts no iniquity. Doesn't count it. You don't mark it. And the question then is thrust on us. How can you not mark it? How can you not count it? And if you answer, well, we sacrifice bulls and goats. That's how we don't count it. My conscience would say, the blood of an animal for the soul of a man doesn't give me peace. I'm going to stand before an infinitely holy God whose standards are infinitely high. I'm going to give an account of my life. How? He was wounded for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. Isaiah 53:5. The goal of the Psalms, the instruction of the Lord, the Torah of the Lord, is Christ for righteousness to everyone who believes. They could see it dimly. A Redeemer was to come. Who would He be? When would He come? What would it be like? And He came.